encourage you to read and read and read. It's so very important that you do that. Let's get your education. Now, attitudes. Attitudes. Your call. Jim Richards, who chooses your attitude? You have to, don't you? No, I do. I choose Jim's. That's what he just said. No. Jim says the person must, and he's exactly right. We choose our own, and it's up to you. So if you see somebody down in the mouth, honey, they've chosen that. My daddy would not let me use the word blame. He said, J. Ross, if you're happy, it's your fault. If you're unhappy, it's your fault. Don't be blaming anybody else. Your choices that you've made throughout your life has put you in the position you're in. So quit blaming people because they were your choices that got you there. Now accept it. And so we couldn't use the word blame. He also would not let us use the word can't. Right? What did Henry Ford say about that? He said, if you believe you can or if you believe you can't, you'll be right. Think about that. If you believe you can or if you believe you can't, you'll be right, Ed. So you and I believe we can, right? I'd rather have those people believing we can than those people that are afraid they can't. I play the game to win. A lot of people play the game not to lose. This is a coach. You ever start playing not to lose, what are you going to do, Jim? You're going to lose every time. You can't play the game of life not to lose. And if y'all think that we're all in a dress rehearsal, y'all look nice tonight. Y'all think this is a dress rehearsal? It's not. This is the real thing, kids. You'll never get to spend this time ever again in your life. And this is it. Now, there's a couple of things we all deal with all the time. Time and money, don't we? Time and money. Pam, what do you think is the most important, time or money? She likes both, and I can tell that. But time is more important than money. Why? You can get more money. You can't get more time, Diane. You won't get any more time, kids. This is it. So I think we had better use it wisely, don't you think? So, I choose not to sleep much. And here's why. I've never made much money sleeping. Now, I've looked into those things where you can lay in them windows, Mike, and, and sleep on them beds. I think they pay you, but it's hourly wage. Couldn't be much. So I don't do much good sleeping. So I don't do much sleeping. Now, I've got 168 hours in my week just like you do. Just like you do. Isn't that cool? And I don't sleep much because I don't make much money doing that. I do work a lot. That's okay. I choose to do that. That's my choice. You can choose to do it too. Remember, success only precedes work in the dictionary. So, if every one of you would do this little study, this little test at home, it's a beautiful thing to do. If somebody ever tells you I don't have time to do this business or anything else, ask them to run this and try it. Okay, subtract how much you sleep from your 160. How much do you work? How much do you have personal care, showers, church, school, those kind of activities? How much you watching TV? How much you driving, home, or mowing the yards, all this kind of thing. What about your hobbies, golf, you name it? Things that you do that I don't know what you do, put them down there, okay, and subtract it. Let me tell you what I will bet you. There's not a person in this room that will end up with less than 10 to 20 hours at the bottom. If you do, I'll eat this pencil in front of you, okay? I've had the busiest person I've ever seen in my life was a kid from Nashville, Tennessee, and I did this with Rob, and I knew this kid worked hard. It was unbelievable. He had 17 hours down there he didn't know what to do with. I had a nurse one time. I was going to do this. She said, Dr. Ross, I can't do this with you. I'm so busy. I said, okay. And so I said, let's try this. So we did. I was trying to dream stuff up. I said, don't you fly kites a lot? Don't you do something? I was embarrassed because she had 52 hours, and I was dreaming up stuff she did. 52 hours. She told me she didn't have time to do this. No, she was not utilizing her time. She was not planning her time. If you fail to plan, you do what? You plan to fail. Okay, let's don't do that. Let's plan. Let's write it down, Mike. Let's write it down. Let's follow the plan, and let's watch things come true for us. Because I'll do today what others won't. Then I will do tomorrow what others don't. They can't. They didn't do what I did. Perhaps they should have. And if they would have, then they could have. Do what I'm doing. But they didn't. It was their choice. I chose to do that. And now I can do this. Perhaps they should have. Okay, guys. So Do that for yourselves. So one of you in this room said, I don't think I have the time for this. Really? I would doubt that. Maybe you're just not utilizing the time properly as we are. Attitudes are ours. So all three things that will determine the end product for your lives, the books you read, the people you know, attitudes, they're all your choice. Isn't that great? If I want to know how much money Ricky makes, all I got to do is find out what his 10 closest associates' average income is, and that will approximate his. So if you're saying, well, I don't make, but whatever, check your friends. You might want to change your friends. You might want to come up here and run around with Troy Brooks. A few of us. Okay? So, books we read. I'm going to go through a bunch of books here in a second, and I know, and at the end of the thing, I want you all to come up and see these things. If you'd like, you're welcome to every one of them. They're so important to me. And here I am, about to be 70 years old, start late, finish rich. I started last September. And this has already happened. I like it. Okay, guess what? Somebody says, well, I just can't quite get myself into this thing. Really? Yeah, somebody at church told me that I was doing the wrong thing. Well, read this book. What you think of me is none of my business. I've read that 3 times. And Dr. Terry Cole Whitaker is exactly right. What you think of me is none of my business. I'm doing this the best I can. So if you don't think I'm doing the right thing, hey, go for it. Get out of my face. What to say when you talk to yourself. Shad Helmstetter wrote a tremendous book. Because y'all realize that we have self-talk. Well, you are talking to yourself right now. Okay? And your little robot inside of you only hears you. Doesn't hear me. You might say, repeat to your robot what I'm saying. He drives each one of us. Whatever you tell that robot's going to happen. That's your subconscious, and it works. What to say when you talk to yourself? You better know what to say if you're not getting out of life what you want. Okay? And then, a couple of more things. Don't worry, make money. Y'all know Richard Carlson? What an author. Read this thing. It's kind of good. Don't worry, make money. What a great little book. And then Dr. Ben Carson, Think Big. Have y'all read his books? Oh my gosh, guys. I mean, these guys are brighter than I am. They're brighter than I am. And then, network marketing is what we're doing. Hey, how about the greatest networker in the world? The story that's changed millions of lives. Will it change yours? This is John Milton Fogg. If you've never read this book, you need to. I've been on the stage with Dr. Tom Barrett. This is a tremendous man out of Washington, D.C. He is a mentor for CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. What a deal. Dare to dream, work to win. Understanding the dollars and cents of success in network marketing. Success happens. Let it happen for you in network marketing. This is a multimillionaire. He and Kawasaki think a lot alike. I've read these books many, many times. Okay? Now then, you keep going, and then I come to my old favorite. Look at it. When I read a book, if I use red ink, it looks like it bled to death. But you know what I can do, Phyllis, is I can read this book in a hurry now, because all I read is what I've underlined. And so I can go back through that book in a hurry. Og Mandino is one of the greatest authors I've ever heard of in my life. He's dead now. But this is an author. This is his biggest book, The University of Success. Oh, gosh, kids, you need to get this book. Every chapter is better than the last. Okay, and I don't know how, this is biblical stuff. You need to read these books. Y'all think I've read that? And then here comes network marketing. Here comes network marketing. I was 54 years old. I was wealthy. I had businesses all over the place. And I could not find a CPA that would help me not pay all those dumb taxes. I bet I changed CPAs 17 times. And then I got into network marketing. You all know the story. Didn't want to get in it. Got forced in it. I thought, just like many of you, if you'll tell the truth, I thought it was bad. I thought it was pyramid schemes. I thought it was junk. I wasn't going to get in that. I was beneath me. I was above that. This physician, this surgeon, you know. I was wrong. I wasn't stupid. I was ignorant. Ignorant. See, Joey's ignorant. I can prove it. I can prove it. What's my dog's middle name? Come on. He's not stupid. He's ignorant. He's ignorant. He doesn't know my dog's middle name. Helena. Okay, now I want to show you something. I want to show you what education does to us. What's my dog's middle name? Eleanor. Hello. He just got over ignorance just like that. Isn't that cool? And I knew he wasn't stupid. Okay, so now he's not even ignorant because he knows my dog is Closeburn Eleanor Sinclair Ida Ross. Okay, and so I was ignorant until I was 54 years old. I thought I was smart enough to know that network marketing was bad, Scott. Dummy, dummy, dummy. And then somebody forced me to get in all those things. The only reason I got in because the guy wouldn't leave my house. I wrote him a check for $700 or $800 at midnight just to get him to leave me alone. And my wife and I fought for the next 2 weeks over that. We promised not to tell a soul. We'd been rooked into whatever, you know. And then my telephone bill went down by $800 the first month, Mike. I saved more the first month than it cost me to get in. I thought, hello. And so I wasn't ignorant. I mean, I was ignorant, wasn't stupid. So then I said, is this for real? And so I looked into it, and I found out that network marketing is a godsend. And now that I've been in it for 15 years, and, you know, if this great company that we're in were to go away, God forbid, James, I'll probably be a Mary Kay girl. I'll do something, because I am going to have a network marketing business under my belt, Scott, forever. Because one of the most fortunate things that ever happened to me in my life, Stan, was I was in network marketing. I was in Paducah. And I was telling people how great this was. And in that crowd was a guy named Joe Kraft, this guy, who became my CPA. And he and this guy, Ron Mueller, investigative reporter, wrote this book. It's how much you keep that counts, not how much you make. The only plain English step-by-step guide to home-based business tax breaks authorized by Congress. I'm a surgeon. Trevor's a surgeon. I get more tax breaks than he does. Wow, I've got a home-based business. He doesn't. I didn't have it until 15 years ago. Joe Kraft came up to me and he said, Dr. Ross, I'm an expert in home-based business tax law. I fell to my knees and praised the Lord. And thank the Lord I ran into him. It's changed my life, okay? And so now then Joe and I allow me to live in before tax dollars instead of after tax dollars. See, my other associates live in after-tax dollars. Better to be in a little... When I got into the hot air balloon out in New Mexico past Sunday morning with my daughter and her 2 friends and my wife, and we soared over the Rio Grande River Gorge, what an unbelievable experience. I had never done that before. What a deal. And then we landed an hour and a half later. And I was so appreciative. I gave them $1,500 because they made me. So, and then I was even more appreciative. I gave all those men a provision card. And I'm writing that trip off. You understand that? Because I was working. And it looked like I was having fun. I was working. I was out there to give out cards. And I did it successfully. So this book also explains how every one of us that have a legitimate home-based business have a right to over 100 and gosh knows how many tax breaks. And you don't have this right if you don't have a home-based business. So it's a very important thing for us to understand. Okay?